Welcome to Sairam Educational Channel. In this video, we will see few questions and solutions from chemical kinetics lesson. The first one, in this question they have given the reaction rate constant and they asked to find out what is the order of the reaction. So in order to find out, one need to know the units for reaction rate constant of each order. If we know, we can easily identify. For example, this is for second order reaction. How to know? If you doesn't know that, then we need to find out. For that, we need to write a rate equation. Rate equation R equal to the constant into concentrations of the reactants. If the power is 0, it is 0 order reaction. If it is 1, first order. If it is second, second order. So we can get that K equal to R by the concentration of this. So R is units, it is a change in concentration with time. Concentration, change in concentration, that is moles per liter inverse, that R, moles per liter inverse per concentration once again. So over concentration moles per liter. But here R equal to, as I told, dx by dt, change in concentration over time. So change in concentration I have written, change in concentration units is moles per liter, time is second, into over, once again you need to write concentration A, that is 1 over concentration, that is moles per liter, moles per liter. This is for a first order reaction. If you find out K for a first order, moles per liter cancels out, then second inverse. So K is second inverse. So generally this equation can be written like this for a common understanding. So what is the K units? We can find out K equivalent to, this is concentration per time, concentration by time into 1 over concentration. So this is the general equation, can be obtained by using this. Based on that, we can find out any order reaction units. So concentration over time is the rate, and 1 hour concentration power the order of the reaction. For if 0 order you put 0, this cancels out, then concentration over time, that is moles per liter per second, is the unit for 0 order reaction. Now for a second order reaction, then N becomes 2, that equivalent to, here if you substitute concentration moles per liter, moles per liter per second over 1 by moles per liter square. So 1 will cancel out. So I have liter inverse goes to the top, liter, mole inverse, second inverse. So this is a second order reaction. So like this, for a first order, second order, 0 order reaction, we can easily find out. Once we know, we can easily solve this with no time. Okay. So the next one is the decomposition of ammonia on platinum surface is 0. Decomposition of ammonia on platinum, that is the decomposition reaction of ammonia which gives nitrogen and hydrogen gas, correct? So we need to write first the is 0 order reaction. What are the rates of production of N2 and H2 if the reaction rate constant is this much? It is a 0 order, moles per liter per second was given, that is a dx by dt. So units are correct. So now ammonia decomposition, NH3 gives rise to N2 plus H2. So here you can balance this, 2NH3, 3H2 and N2. In this reaction, first we will write the rate of the reaction. How we will write? That is change in concentration of ammonia, that is negative delta or delta concentration change ammonia delta with time. This is 2, this we have to write this 1 by 2. X will be 1 by x. So the rate will be this many times. Rate equal to minus 1 over this coefficient delta NH3 by delta T. This itself the rate. Rate also can be represented with the production of nitrogen. So here and all these are positive. So change in concentration increases, here concentration decreases. So decrease represented, now increases represented. That tells even product. So whatever 1 here coefficient is 1 over 1. So delta N2 by delta T. This is also can be considered rate. This is also rate. Rate with respect to ammonia we have written. Rate with respect to N2 we have written. The same rate with respect to hydrogen also can be written. We can write easily. So what will be 1 by 3 now? 1 over 3 delta H2 concentration by delta T. So this way we can able to write the reaction rate. Since the K was given but we don't have rate value, if the rate value is there, I can get the change in concentration of N2, change in concentration of H2. That's what they ask. Rates of production means what? With time, what is the change in concentration of nitrogen and H2 produced? That means more number of nitrogen and H2 gas produces when the decomposition happens over platinum catalyst surface. Correct? So that means you need to get this delta N2, delta H2. We will get that once we know the rate. But they have given this is not required. Correct? So rate can be expressed in terms of these two terms because those two are for us now useful. Rate. So now we need to find out what is the rate value. So it is a zero order reaction where rate equivalent to rate constant, because R equivalent to constant into concentrations power 0. So this is zero order reaction. So this becomes 1. So R equal to K. So whatever K given, that itself is R. So R is now how much? 2.5 into 10 power minus 4. Units will be there, moles per liter per second. So now you know the R. Then what will happen? Delta N2 you need to get. So there is no units over here. So the change in delta N2 with respect to delta T equal to 2.5 into 10 power minus 4. So the production of N2 is same, 2.5 into 10 power minus 4 moles per liter per second. Each second it produces this much of 2.5 into 10 power minus 4 moles per liter nitrogen gas. So the production of nitrogen gas is 2.5 into 10 power minus 4 moles per liter. Similarly, if I want to get the hydrogen production, that is delta H2 by delta T, this 3 will come this time. So it becomes multiplied by 3. So that is around 7.5 into 10 power minus 4 moles per liter per second is the production of nitrogen gas. So this is 7.5 times 5 into 10 raised the minus 4. Here 2.5 10 raised the minus 4 is the nitrogen. This way we can able to identify the production of nitrogen and hydrogen. Similarly, they can also ask the loss of ammonia, how much it is consumed. Okay. So the similar we will use 1 by 2 of delta N2 and 2 times it will be there. So this is the way we can able to answer this particular question. So they have given only rate constant, but since it is a decomposition and it is a zero order reaction, it doesn't depend upon the quantity of ammonia. So in the zero order K equivalent to rate. Next one we will see. For a reaction H2 plus Cl2 give rise to 2HCl. Rate equal to K. Whenever rate was given as K, the order of the reaction they asked, that is 0. Because rate doesn't depend upon any concentration terms. This is the rate expression given. Rate equal to K into nothing. So no concentration terms. That means the order will be zero order reaction. Molecularity. What is the molecularity now? Number of molecules involved in this reaction. How many molecules? One molecule of H2, one molecule of Cl2. So molecularity is 2. Then since it is zero order reaction, what is the units of K? K units equal to rate. Rate equal to change in concentration by with change of time. That is change in concentration. Concentration is moles per liter. Time is second. Per second, that is second inverse. So these are the units of K. Zero order reaction units. Moles per liter per second. As I told K, we can write that concentration by time multiplied by 1 hour concentration power n. So we previously told K units, if you want, concentration time into 1 hour concentration power n. N is 0 order, so this becomes 1. So concentration by time, concentration moles per liter, time is second, so moles per liter per second. Per second we have written second inverse. So this way we can able to answer this particular question. Next, you see the next question, the rate of a gaseous reaction given by RKAB. So rate was given K into concentrations of A, gases, concentration of B. A and B are gases. It was carried out in a reaction vessel. If volume of reaction vessel reduced to 1 by 4. So initial volume VI, now the volume is reduced to 1 by 4th of the VI. So reaction vessel reduced to 1 by 4th of initial volume. Initial volume is some x something. In that 1/4 it was reduced. So the reaction rate relative to the original rate. So initial reaction rate is R. Now what will be the reaction rate? That is the change over reaction, the 1 by 4th volumes reaction rate. What will happen? They may give some objective, means they will give different answers ABCD. We need to identify first this, then we can say whether the answer is there. So in order to find out, you remember whenever we have a vessel and closed and A and B are gases, those two need to be reacted. If the gaseous molecules are there, if the vessel size is reduced, what will happen? They will come very nearer to each other. The reaction rate will be, collisions are more as per collision theory. So number of collisions are more, so chances of reaction is higher, so rate of the reaction will increase. So how much it will increase? That's the one we need to find out. Here the reaction, remember, rate is equivalent to moles per liter. We told that moles per liter per second. This is the change in concentration with time. So here there is a volume term, moles per liter, that is the volume term. So what will happen? Moles per liter, that equal to concentration, that is quantity of the gas or whatever it is, by volume we are considering V. So if the volume is increasing, what will happen? The rate, if the volume is higher, rate will decrease. Correct? If the volume is lesser, rate will increase. So here the volume is reduced, so rate will be increased that many times. So remember, rate will be rate equation, rate. Now rate equation was written for normal volume this. Now if the volume is 1 by 4, this 4 times each concentration will increase. So the concentration of the species will be increased by 4 times. So the new rate equation becomes K into 4 times of A into 4 times of B, because 4 times of B. The concentration of A will be increased by 4 times, concentration of B will be increased by 4 times, because you are reducing the volume, so the molecules are nearer each other, the concentrations will be higher. As we seen that moles per liter, the volume is down, rate is inversely proportional to the volume. So volume is higher, rate will be lesser. If the volume is lesser, rate will be higher. So if the initial volume in that 1 by 4th, if it is reduced, the 4 times it will go and multiply here. So 4 times the concentrations will be increased. So 4 times of A, because the reaction rate says it depends upon both concentrations of A and B. So 4 times of A, 4 times of B, that equal to 16 times into K into A into B. This K, A and B is the original rate. So original rate. So new rate equivalent to, if it is a new rate, for a new rate equivalent to 16 times of the original rate equation. So how many times it will increase now? 16 times it will increase. So the rate of a gaseous reaction given by this particular one, if the volume of the reaction is reduced to 1 by 4, then as per this reaction 16 times the rate of the reaction will increase. If it becomes 1 by 2, then 2 and 2, 8 times the reaction, 4 times the reaction rate will increase. If the volume becomes double, 2 times, then here it becomes off, the concentrations becomes off. If the volume becomes 2 times more, then the concentration becomes off, 1 by off, 1 by off. That many times, off into off, that many times the reaction rate will be decreases. So like this we can able to answer. So the next question from chemical kinetics lesson. So the question given was, a reaction is of second order with respect to a reactant. How is its rate affected? If concentration of the reactant is, first condition is doubled, second condition is reduced to half. So they told that there is one reactant, with that reactant the order of the reaction is second order, then the rate, how it will be affected if that reactant's concentration is doubled in one condition, another condition it is half. So this is the one we need to answer here. You see, whenever we need to first write the rate law with the given order of the reaction. And for example, if I take the concentration, you know the rate law, or rate of the reaction, that is R proportional to, or R equivalent to constant into, it depends upon the concentration of the reactant. For example, reactant concentration R, capital R, if you can consider. So its concentration, it is a second order, so it will be raised to the power. So this is the rate expression, R proportional to R power, capital R power 2. So this is the one, it is the rate of the reaction. Now what they have asked, how the rate is affected if concentration is doubled. That means this R becomes, if 2R, then what will be the rate? For example, the second condition, double condition, you take the rate is R2. R2 will be proportional to this R becomes 2R, 2R power 2. So that means 2 to 4, that is you can take 4 R power 2. If this R2 is proportional to small r, that is initial rate. So that 4 into initial rate, that is 4 times of the initial rate. So the rate of the reaction becomes 4 times of the initial rate if the concentration of the reactant is doubled. If the concentration of the reactant is doubled, the reaction rate would be that R would change 4 times. It will increase 4 times. So this is the first one. If it is off, so what will happen? This capital R becomes half of the capital R, that equal to 1 by 2. 1 by 2, reduce it to half. So here 1 by 2 square, that is 1 by 4. So 1 by 4, that means it becomes 1/4 of the initial rate. This R square is the initial rate, Ri, otherwise we can mention just to understand. So in a second order rate equation, if the concentration of the term becomes half of its original concentration, the reaction rate would be 1/4 of the original reaction rate. So this is the way such questions can be answered. And the second one we will see. Another question will be the given here short form of the question. We will read. A reaction is of first order. A reaction is of first order in reactant A and second order in reactant B. So we will write a rate of reaction equivalent. We can write some constant if you want. It is easier instead of proportionality. R equal to rate of the reaction constant into the, I have two reactants A and B, and they have given first order in reactant A. So A power 1 and second order in reactant B, that is A square, B power 2. So this is the rate of the reaction. A reaction of first order in reactant A and second order in reactant B. Then how is the rate of this reaction affected? How the rate of this reaction is affected? How small r will change when first condition. B is increased 3 times. Concentration of B increased to 3 times. So we will write the rate equation for this condition. For example, so RB, B increased condition. Just these are for our identification. You can write anything. RB, that is rate of the reaction when B condition is changed. What is the B condition change? B concentration increased 3 times. So I write K and A is same. We are not writing. B is 3B, it becomes 3 times of the original concentration and power 2. So that equal to K into concentration of A into concentration of B power 2 into 3 square, that equal to 9 times it increases. So this KAB square equal to R, so that equal to 9R. So RB, that is change of reaction rate when B is 3 times increase, it will be 9 times of the original rate of the reaction. So the rate of the reaction will be 9 times increases for this particular reaction. Similarly, if A and B are doubled, both are doubled, the next condition is, I hope you understood here. You see, they have given a first order reaction, a rate of a reaction in which the rate depends upon concentration of A in 1 times, that is first order. With respect to A alone, it is a first order because you hear 1. With respect to B, it is C, second order. Together it is a third order reaction. With respect to B, second order. With respect to A, first order. Then they asked, given a condition, B is increased 3 times. That means B alone concentration you have to put 3 times of the original concentration. So if you put 3 times of the original concentration, because it is second order reaction, 9 times the reaction rate will be increased. Okay. Similarly, if A and B are doubled, A and B both are doubled, so what will happen? Reactant A and B, so RAB, we will write new rate of reaction, RAB, K into A is 2 times of A and B is also 2 times of B, because both are doubled its original concentration, double to the original, so 2. So here 2, here 2 square, 4 2 is 8, so 8 we can take friend, and K into A and B power 2. So K A B power 2, K A B power 2 equivalent to R. So this is equal to 8R. This is initial. Ri, if you write, it is initial rate of the reaction. So now the final rate of the reaction when A and B are doubled will be 8 times of the initial rate of reaction. So this way we can answer such questions. This is one important question. So like this they may ask different types of questions, and we will see another one, half-life. This is also one important concept. Generally they ask, half-life is nothing but the time taken to reduce the reactant concentration to half of its original concentration. If I have 1 gram of the reactant and it is participated in the reaction, then the time taken to become that 1 gram to 0.5 grams. That is the half-life of a reaction. So it is the time in which the concentration of a reactant is reduced to 1/2 of its initial concentration. Generally, for a zero order reaction, we will write a general half-life of a reaction, T1/2. This will be written as T of half-life of the reaction. T of equal to 1/K, that is the reaction constant, rate constant, into concentration, initial concentration, power order -1, n-1. So this is the generally we can use this equation to find out reaction half-lives for each order reaction. So in this equation you see the rate constant is there. If it is first order rate constant, second means second order rate constant will be changes based on the order of the reaction. So the half-life, if you can get for zero order reaction with respect to this 1. For a zero order reaction, T1 by 2 equivalent to 1 by K0, that is zero order reaction rate constant, and R0 the initial concentration of the reactant, power 0, zero order n equal to 0, that equal to minus 1, that equal to R0, this will go to the top by K0, that equal to T1 by 2. So T1 by 2, T of a zero order reaction will be R0 by K0, R0 by K0. This is the T off for a zero order reaction. T off by 1 by K into R0 power n minus 1. For a zero order reaction, the rate constant will become like this. So next, if you can put a second order or first order reaction, T1 by 2 equal to 1 by K0 into R0 power 1 minus 1, n minus 1, 1 minus 1, that equal to R power 0 equal to nothing. So it will not be there. So T of equal to 1 over K0, 1 over K0, first order. So whenever you have like this, you remember when you want to convert into logarithms, this is general understanding. This will be used for proportionality cases. If you want to use for a proportionality cases, how the T of will vary, but actually if you can solve this, there will be some coefficient numbers will come, because when you are converting into natural logarithm to base 10 from the base e logarithm, then the values will come. So that's why these T of equation can be used for us to simplify. You can remove even K0 is the constant generally. So using that, one can clearly tell that. You see how the T of is depends upon the initial concentration. In zero order reaction, it directly proportional to the initial concentration of the reactant. In the first order reaction, it doesn't depend upon the rate of the initial concentration of the reactant. So this is the important point we need to identify here. In the first order reaction, the half-life of a reaction does not depend upon the initial concentration of the reactant. That means whatever the initial concentration of the reactant, T of is constant for a first order. But if it is zero order reaction, if the concentration of the initial concentration of the reactant is higher and higher, your T of will be higher and higher. That means it takes more time to become half of its original concentration. So such way we can understand this one. Second order reaction, that is T1 by 2 is proportional to, here 1 minus we can do 1 by R0 power n minus 1. 1 by R0 power n minus 1 means 2 minus 1. So it is inversely proportional to the rate of initial concentration, that is 2 minus 1, that equal to 1. So 1 by R0. So T of for a second order reaction depends upon the rate of initial concentration of the reactant, but it is inversely. If the initial concentration of the reactant is higher and higher, it takes less time to become half of it. So that is the second order reaction, first order, zero order reaction. Based on that, you can able to answer some of the questions. Actually, if you can see the T of for a first order reaction is 0.693 by K1. So it doesn't depend upon any reactant concentration. So there is no reactant concentrations here. So 0.693 it comes because of the calculation from the natural logarithm equations. This TF can be obtained easily because you have in the rate equation time. The time becomes TF, then what is the concentration becomes how the concentration will be half of its concentration. So those numerical terms can be simplified and you will get 0.693 by K1. That is the TF for a first order reaction. Similarly, for a zero order reaction, TF equal to R0 by 2K. So T of equal to R0 by 2 times of the K. So these are the two things you can just remember such that we can able to write easily. So this is the way the rate of a reaction will depends and how they are dependent upon the half-life of the reaction. So in this we will see the first order reaction half-life period, how to calculate. For a first order reaction, the rate of the first order reaction equivalent to 2.303 by T log R0 by R. R0 is the initial concentration, and R is the final concentration. So T is the time taken to further reaction and K is the reaction rate constant. It is for first order reaction. So what we said is T off, that is half-life period of the reaction. Half-life period of the reaction is that is the time at which the reaction reactant concentration becomes off. That means the time at which R0 becomes R0 by 2. So initially I have equation like this, K equal to 2.303 by T log R0 by R. Now the same equation for a half-life period, half of the time of the reactant, if you can write, what will happen? This will be 2.303. T is off, T 1 by 2. So half-life of the period we are writing. So that time what will happen? Initial concentration is initial concentration is same, there is no change. The final concentration will be half of the initial concentration. That means my R equivalent to R0 by 2. That's what the definition says. When T equal to T 1 by 2. T becomes T off when the concentration of the reactant becomes half of its original concentration. Okay, I hope you understood. I will write here. When time of the reaction is equivalent to T1 by 2 half-life, the concentration of the reactant becomes concentration off, that is half of its initial concentration. So now this R, when I have T instead of T, I substituted T off, then what will happen here? R becomes R0 by 2 because that is the half-life time. So when you solve this equation, now you can take the T off this side. T1 by 2 equal to 2.303 by K log R0 cancels, so 2 goes top, log 2. Log 2 value equal to 0.3010. You can find out this by using logarithm table, or if they give question, they will give this log 2 as note. So now this becomes 2.303 into 0.3010 by K. This becomes 0.693 by K. That equal to the T1 by 2 of a first order reaction. So this is the way first order reaction half-life period can be identified. So T1 by 2. So here you see there is no concentration term. It doesn't depend upon the concentration. But there is a numerical value that comes because of the logarithm. In the previous video I told that these numerical values comes. So this is the way we can able to answer this first class. So using this one question we will do. The rate constant for a first order reaction, the question was given. This is the first order once again. The first order reaction. So they have given the rate constant for a first order reaction, that is K1. If you can, for identification, first order reaction rate constant is 60 second inverse. The units are time inverse, correct? Second inverse. How much time will it take to reduce, what they asked time, how much time it will take to reduce the initial concentration of the reactant to its 1/10th value. So initial concentration R, now the R will be 1/10th of the R, that is 1/10. 1/10th of R0. So this is initial concentration. Now the final concentration will be initial concentration 10th part, 1/10th of the initial concentration. Then what will be the time? T is T of, here T 1/10. So this we need to find out. The time taken, that is the T. So initial time, in the initial time it is 10th part of the. So you can write some value. This is just to identification. So what is the time it will take when the final concentration becomes 1/10 of the initial concentration? That is the question. So you know that K equation first order now. K equal to 2.303 by T log R naught by R. Previously we have seen K equal to 2.303 by T log R0 by R. Now the K value they have given 60 seconds, so we know it. So you take this T here, T equivalent to 2.303 by K log R naught by R. This is the, now you substitute these values. R becomes R0 by 10 when this time is the 1/10 of the time, that is the time required for us. So we will write T becomes T1 by 10 for example, then 2.303 by K value given 60 and log R0 by R. R will be what? R0 by 10. So R0 concentration by 10. 10 will go to the top. So now what it becomes? So T1 by 10 equivalent to 2.303 by 60 log of R0 cancels, 10 goes top, log 10. Log 10 is 1. That means here it becomes 303 by 60. So the T1 by 10 equal to 2.303 by 60, that is 0.0384. 0.0384 seconds. Because here second inverse was there, it goes top seconds. So time is in seconds, correct? Here it was second inverse, no? 1 by second. Here 60 second inverse. That means 1 by second. Second will be top, so seconds. Okay. So this is the way we can answer. They have asked the question. Let me once again read the question. The rate constant for a first order reaction was given 60 seconds. That is the K value. 60 second inverse. How much time will it take to reduce the initial concentration of the reactant to its 1/10 of value? 1/10. Initial concentration, that is R0. Final concentration should become 1/10 of the initial concentration. That's what written. 1/10 of the initial concentration, final concentration. That time, they asked. So as per this equation, 2.303 by K as it is 60 log R0 by R0 by over 10. 10 goes top, then log 10 is base 10, this is log 10 base 10 is 1. So you have 2.303 by 60, you do the division, then you will get 0.0384 seconds. Okay, so this is the way this question can be answered. This is a first order reaction rate constant, time period. So they have asked. So like this, another one, a first order reaction has a rate constant value of 0.0050,510. K equal to 0.00510 minute inverse. Minute inverse, MIN, minute, better to write MIN inverse. So a first order reaction has a rate constant value of that much, 0.00510 minute inverse. If we begin with 0.10 molar concentration of the reactant, so reactant initial concentration was given, we begin with, that is 0.1 molar concentration of the reactant. How much of reactant will remain after 3 hours? So T now will be 3 hours. T equal to 3 hours. So if it becomes 3 hours, what will be the reactant level? Now you need to find out the final concentration of this particular one. So if you can find out the final concentration, we can write. You see the given things, first you have written K value was given in minute inverse. You can also convert into second, otherwise you can give into just minutes. And R0 was given. then time was given hours. So everything to be in the same units, so better to convert. So time can be converted into minutes. 3 hours equal to 3 into 60 minutes. That equal to 180 minutes. So time is 180 minutes was given. So now you know the equation, that equal T equal to 2.303 by K log initial concentration by final concentration. This is for a first order reaction. They have mentioned this as first order reaction. Since it is a first order reaction, your T equal 2.303 by K log R naught by R. You know the T, this 180 minutes, we can write that T equal to 180 minutes, 2.303, no, K value we have here, and log initial concentration was given 0.1, and now final concentration need to find out. So you substitute all 180 equivalent to 2.303 by K equal to 0.00510, and log initial concentration is R naught by R. So this equation R naught we know already 0.1. R naught is the concentration, this is 0.110 for example. So now we have this, and just to solve this, and you will get log A by B, log A minus log B. So that way we can able to just take it out. Otherwise you keep this log of 0.10 by R equivalent to, take all this side. That is 180 into 0.00510 by 2.303. So this is the better way. So this total equal to 0.3986. If you can solve that, you will get 0.3986. So now you apply, this is log. If you want to remove log, you apply anti-log both sides, then it becomes 0.10 by R. Anti-log log, so 0.10 by R, log will be went out. So here we will write anti-log 0.3986, 0.10 by R, and then anti-log of 0.3986. If you see that 0.3986 anti-log value, you will get some value that we can substitute there. So here 0.10 by R equivalent to anti-log of 0.3986, that equal 2.503. 2.503 can find out by using tables. So then your R becomes, R goes that side, this will come. So R equivalent to, this goes 0.10 over 2.503. So this is the one you will get, that equal 0.0399 m. So this is the way, simplest way we can able to find out the answer for the solution for this reaction. So you consider the first order reaction constant equation, that is K equal to 2.303 by T log R0 by R. I want time I has taken here anything. 180 is the time given, 180 minutes, that is they have given. After this much time, what is the concentration they have asked, and initial concentration was given, and rate constant was given. Initial concentration, you know, rate constant was given. What time they want this concentration of the reactant they have given. So you can easily simplify this particular equation. After simplifying, you got this one. Okay, so we can do like this. Thank you, and if you have any comments, and please post in the comments box. See you.